This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Myself and Sam are a little bit tired today, I believe. I suppose just firstly, before we get into everything that happened last night and everything, how are you, sir?
I'm no one's gonna give two shits about how tired I am, but I'm extremely tired today. Partials.
Parsons.
Partials.
What's the reason behind that, sir?
Just tired, mate. Like long day yesterday. Long day. And then didn't have the best sleep. But you can't complain. Um Everything's good. It's a nice day. Good night in Birmingham last night. Yeah. So
Right, we'll
we
go.
move.
We'll rattle through your three fighters, and we'll talk about the announcement, and we'll talk about a few things from the world of boxing. Cameron Vuong, a victory over Jeff Ofori, wasn't always pretty at times, but probably expected when you fight a guy like Jeff Ofori, especially on short notice. What do you take out of that as a team?
I loved it. Yeah. I absolutely loved it because people are so quick, like because he didn't knock Jeff Ofori out or he didn't blast him out of there in 5 rounds. I think Hara Davis is the only person to blast Jeff Ofori out, right? And Hara Davis is a massive puncher. For anyone that wants to criticize Hara Davis, he can punch, and it's well known that Hara Davis can punch. Cameron Vaughn is 21 years of age. He's had 4 professional fights. That was his 5th yesterday. And that was a 10-rounder against Jeff Ofori. Now, if that had been a 6-rounder, Cameron would have. It's a shutout win and an excellent, flawless display from Cameron. Because it's a 10-rounder, Cameron has to There's a few questions asked. Can you do the rounds? Can you manage the rounds? Can you take a shot? That experience for Cameron, which is who's somebody who we all believe in the gym, Jamie Moore, Jack Catterall, and myself, believe Cameron's going to go on and do special things in the sport. That performance there is worth 10 journeymen. So I'm very, very proud of Cameron, and I mean that. I'm so proud of him. When he got out of the ring, I was so proud of him because he'll learn so much from it. Uh, it's a tough fight in your 5th fight, so I'd like to get him some international experience next, Parsons. I'd like him to go and box in America, and then come back and have some kind of title fight. I like the Jimmy Joe Flint fight for him at 140. That's a good fight, and then move on from there. But it's a great start to 10 rounds of boxing. It's welcome to 10 rounds for Cameron Vonk, and anyone that wants to criticize him, they can piss right off because 21 years old, not many kids his age are doing that.
Does he almost have to, in a weird way, like slow down a little bit? And I don't mean that in like a, but I suppose obviously coming off Jeff Ofori, that felt like, and you said it in the build up, like such a big leap. In
Yeah.
terms like I think people who know the sport know what you get when you fight a man like Jeff Ofori. Does he now
Yeah.
have to sort of maybe just ride that wave for a little bit before making the next progression?
So so I'll tell you exactly what it is we was never going to rush Cameron to try and quickly get him to world level. But what we wanted to do is get him to this level, and we'll keep him at this level for a while to learn there, rather than have 6 and 8 rounders against people that aren't coming to win. Do you understand? So rather than keeping him there at this level, at this type of this level of opponent, keeping him there for a year, a year or so, and then
Gotcha.
we'll move on. And we'll do it gradually. It was never a case of, we want to rush Cameron to world level. No, no. We just wanted to get him to this level and keep him at this level for a while.
Will he stay at 140 pounds? If so,
I don't
why?
know.
And is the Jordan Flynn fight dead? He told me it was.
It's difficult for Cameron to make 135, but he made 140 very easily. So it's as a team, we're gonna discuss it. Is the Jordan Flynn fight gonna happen? I don't know. You can never say never. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? You don't listen, and you, as you know, in your very young journalism career, you can't write anything off in boxing. You can never say never to anything, because you just never know. Could happen next, might never happen again. You just don't know.
Hamzah looked great.
Hamzah looked great. Hurt both of his hands last night, unfortunately. So we're just waiting to see how the results of his scans are. He's gone to see a hand specialist this morning. So we're just waiting to see how he is there. But he boxed somebody 3 weights above him. Yes, he wasn't an amazing opponent, but he was a big lump in there compared to Hamzah. When Hamzah boxes someone his own size, they're getting knocked out.
What is the move? Because I know he sort of like in the press conference, he sort of said about, look, he wanted the knockout and everything. And I spoke to Eddie afterwards, and he was, does he almost have to, in a weird way, rein him in just a little bit? Because like what he is like and what he does will sell, but I think almost from like just to keep both feet on the ground type thing.
No, I think next fight we'd like to do with someone like Alfie Clegg. I look at him over 8 rounds. I think that'd be a good fight. So he's ranked above Hamzah in the box rankings. So yeah, would like to do the Alfie Clegg fight next. I don't think he's going to be. I know Eddie wants Hamzah out on the 24th of August. I would have liked to have him to have been on the 24th of August, but I don't think his hands are going to be ready in time. Providing, listen, they might provide there's a no break. You don't know, but I think it's more than likely Hamzah will be back out in September.
And then
September. Do you know when you say September, right?
not far away.
It feels like September. It's miles away, but it really isn't that far away.
Where at all? Um,
Crazy how fast the year is going. Oh my god.
Muhammad Ali with a draw. At first,
Yeah.
it looked like probably the right. And what happened, Sam?
Do you know what? Looking back, hindsight's a great thing, but I wish the communication would have been better all around. And he probably shouldn't have boxed yesterday, because in reality, he was gassed after 2 rounds. He was tired after 2 rounds, and you can't do that against anybody. Because the opponent he was in with, Ali's 5 levels above him, talent-wise. But you will get found out if you are not physically ready to have a fight, especially someone as fit as the guy he boxed, because the guy he boxed was technically not great at all, wasn't a big puncher, but he was fit, strong, and game. And if you're not prepared to when you're having these 6 rounders, you're not prepared. You can't go into a fight under prepared. You just can't. He's had a very, very tough week with the loss of his grandma, who they were very, very close to. But I'd only just found out he wasn't in the gym. He wasn't in the gym for 10, I think it was 10 days. He's not been in the gym. So I don't know.
Sam,
Hindsight's
sorry, can I just butt in?
go
This is
on.
me just being sort of intrusive, perhaps. You say you only just found out. Should him or Anthony Crolla maybe not have
All
told?
of us, listen, all of us should have communicated better, but it was a sensitive time. Do you know what I mean? To call them when there's just been a death in the family. Like, it's very, bottom line is there's no excuse to it. Ali wasn't good enough last night, and that's the bottom line. It was, in my opinion, I thought Ali just nicked it, but I had no problem whatsoever with the draw. No problems whatsoever. Ali must be better, and I'd like to see him straight into the rematch.
All right, Sam. Obviously, Jack Catterall's fight was announced. Exciting. Where's it come from? I spoke to Jack. He said it just sort of basically sprang out of midair. When I interviewed Eddie, he said it just happened within 48 hours, it seemed. In
Less.
hindsight's funny, right? Because I remember you saying, oh, you can have the exclusive about Jack's next fight. And I just almost assumed you meant Barboza. This was Friday, I think. So clearly it was
I
being
was
worked
having you
out.
on a bit, Parsons. I'm not going to lie.
Of course you were. But I think everyone almost thought Barboza was their chance of power. I don't even think we discussed Prograis, but I know it's Prograis' last fight with Matchroom. Um, Working on a fight by fight with Jack, obviously, it seems like a bit of a no-brainer. From a ranking perspective, maybe, I mean, Jack's got his ranking with the WBO, etc. though, but in terms of like having a big name and headlining, it seems pretty
Jack's
perfect.
got a good ranking with all the organisations. It's just positioning yourself for a world title. But listen, like what I said yesterday on the broadcast, does Jack had 2 decisions? Does he sit and wait for a world title shot, which I think he would get towards the end of it, or do you headline the new Co-op Arena in Manchester in a massive, massive fight against one of the biggest names in the division and keep raising your profile? Jack chose to Jack chose the latter. So that's where we are. Frank Smith, I said there was an interview we did on your enemy's channel, IFL, and Frank Smith was me. I spoke to Frank Smith and we said Barboza fight doesn't look as though it's going to happen because Barboza is pricing himself out. And I don't have anything against Barboza because I know he's just trying to literally get every last penny he can out of it because he's done rank number 1. He knows Jack will beat him, and he's effectively, we're buying his ranking. Do you understand? He's getting beat up for his ranking. So he wants well paid for it. So I've got no issues with Barboza, if I'm honest with you, because if I was his manager or I was him, I'd be doing exactly the same thing. So I can't be a hypocrite. So good luck to Barboza, whatever the fuck he's going to do. Up to him. But him against Teofimo Lopez is a poor fight and it's a poor sell. Do you know what I mean? Jack against Lopez is way bigger. Barboza against Jack would have been Barboza's biggest fight. But anyway, we are where we are. Jack said, make me the biggest fight. So Frank Smith said to me on the opposing channel, I said to Frank, who's the biggest fight for Jack then? What would you do? What would you do? And he goes, I'd make the Prograis fight. So I says, okay then. And it was made in 20 minutes after that. That's not an exaggeration.
How did you get both sides to agree? How were the financials so quick? Because obviously you've joked, and I know that you've done.
Regis will be on a contract. Regis will be on a comeback fight contract, so he won't get a penny more than what he won't be able to negotiate. Took a bit of a while to squeeze Frank and Eddie and tip Eddie upside down and squeeze that big fat Brentwood wallet of his and shake him a little bit and get the money out. But we're not. Jack isn't greedy and Jack isn't delusional. So I like what I said. We're very easy to deal with as long as you're fair and you play fair. Jack's ready to go. And regarding the match and the fight to fight thing, is Jack wants to be with Eddie Hearn. Jack's had the best run of his career so far with Matchroom, and Jack's very, very comfortable with everybody at Matchroom, who who you're all close to, and that's everyone involved with Matchroom. Jack's wife's close to everyone at Matchroom. They've all got a very good relationship, and they're all very comfortable. So Jack wants to be with. He feels at home with Matchroom. So I'm glad we were able to continue the relationship, and I hope it continues to Jack winning a world title, which he so badly deserves. But huge fight on August 24th against Regis Prograis at the new Co-op Arena, live and exclusively on DAZN.
How does that fight go, Sam?
Jack Catterall.
How?
I know I'll probably get stick for it, but I think he can stop him.
Out of curiosity, and I said this to Jack last night, I said UK fans will be really thanking him at the minute because he's had 4 weeks out the ring and he's instantly got a new headline announced, right? And if you look at the 2 big headline events in the UK, okay, obviously you've got Joyce Chisora at the O2
No,
in July.
the two number ones are, apart from this Wembley show, it's Jack Catterall.
If you let me finish.
Sorry, but I know what you was going to say.
Yeah, and I think there's some real credit that needs to be like sort of put on Jack for that because we're in a point where we need the big UK fights, right? And he's the man delivering them right now.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say he's the biggest name in British boxing because I'll get loads of stick for that. But he is definitely one of, right? He is definitely one of, and like you watch. Listen, the Linares fight, yeah, everyone was like, oh, yeah, Linares has passed it, but Jack beat a very good Josh Taylor last time in front of a packed crowd in Leeds, and I'm really hoping they're going to come out for him and support him in Manchester. And I think they'll support the event. I think it's a fantastic fight. It really is. It's the biggest 140 fight outside of the world title fights.
Ben Shalom was there last night.
Yeah, I know he was. Yeah.
What did you make of it?
Yeah. Listen, it's good. Parsons, you're in boxing on that side, I'm on this side, but ultimately boxing's a small place, right? It's good for boxing. If we can get all these promoters working together, making great fights, like Tyler Denny yesterday, good away win for old boxer. That was a good away win. Tyler Denny was, in my opinion, probably the underdog. And I know Cash had a long time out the ring, but Felix Cash is a great fighter. It's a massive win. I know it was on a cut, but I think Tyler Denny was probably going to go on to win it anyway. But it was
Well, I mean, the
it was
punch
just a
actually opened the cut anyway.
yeah. It was a
I
yeah.
mean,
That's what I mean.
technically, that's a TKO.
Yeah, yeah. Well, whatever the situation is, it was just it's good for boxing. That's the point I'm getting at. It's good for boxing if we're getting all the promoters working together on all the platforms. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you win a purse bid, amazing. If you lose a purse bid, who cares? Let your guy go over there, fight on the other platform, and if you win, it's amazing.
You think, well, obviously, like Eddie sort of made a little slide dig because I'd done an interview and I managed to get Ben in, and Ben and Eddie.
Sliding,
Well, it
sliding.
was a little slide dig in the interview where Eddie went, "Oh well, it's nice that you've actually let your fighter go through a purse bid process."
Yeah,
Um,
this is it's banter. Listen, Parsons, you know this. If you can't take stick or a bit of heavy banter, you're in the wrong sport. So I just think that it's good. It's a
is
step
it a
forward.
step in the right direction?
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
I think off the back of last night, Ben Shalom will be going, "Oh, okay," like feel maybe a little bit more inclined.
Yeah, he didn't need to bring his security. That's ridiculous. But other than
Why would
that,
you
it's
do that, do
very
you reckon?
no idea. No idea. He might have thought Frank Smith might have tried to like
It's quite
karate
sound
chop him.
that security geezer that come with him though.
Yeah, but I
Bit
don't know. Who
unnecessary.
knows? But let's not go into that subject. Let's just say very good, step in the right direction. Perfect.
Um, we heard some very strange comments and concerning comments, really. I don't know how much you'll be able to comment on this, Sam. Last night. You know what I'm going to ask, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
A potential gambling, insider gambling in the Kane Baker and Akib Fiaz rematch. That's why the fight didn't happen. Uh, yeah, where are you at?
yeah, I was made aware of it earlier on in the day. It's just not good, is it? It's not good. I'm sure, like, I can't really say too much. If you, as you know, I can't say too much, but I'm sure people will hear it when it actually comes out, which it most certainly will. But yeah, the border control will launch their own investigation, and whatever happens, happens. But yeah, it's not good.
All right, Sam. Well, that is us for Sunday. What's your final message?
See, I gave you the first one. I told you I would, and so
Poor Oscar Bevis been hunting you down all week for me to jump on a Zoom.
no. That's incorrect. He did ring me twice.
No, that's cap. I
Um,
was with him. He must have, bro. And then you rang him when we were in the steam room, yeah. And then he rang
that's
you.
really, really creepy that you're like in
Not
the
really.
steam room
Oh,
together.
oh, oh.
It is.
So you are insecure within yourself that you couldn't go in a steam room with another man.
No.
Is that correct? Is that you?
Definitely
You
not. And I
got
don't like the way this conversation's going. So let's change the subject very, very
you
quickly.
absolutely flapped it there. There we are, Sam. That says more
No,
about you than it does me, mate.
there's no flapped it, and we won't talk about anymore. Why you're yeah. No, let's not go there today.
Um, final message. Happy Sunday. We can tell we're
Happy
tired, innit?
Sunday.
We can both tell we're tired.
No, yeah, very, very tired. I'm at home now, so all good. Good night last night. Very happy about Jack against Prograis being done. So make sure you do that. Buy your tickets when they go on sale because it really is a big fight. It's very important. We keep big fights in the UK. So buy your tickets when they go on sale. August 24th, the new Corp Arena in Manchester. It's going to be an amazing, amazing show. Great stacked undercard. I've seen some of the fights that they're going to put on there. Brilliant. So tune in live and exclusively on DAZN. Buy the fight or better get a ticket.